Okay, everyone, so this is going to be a really fun video and it's going to be a little bit shorter because this one is going to be about getting started and what your goals are. Because if you don't have goals, there's no point in doing this business. If you don't want to go anywhere else in your life, you might as well just give up now because you're not going to feel disciplined because this business is not about being motivated. It's about being disciplined. It's about even when you wake up and you have a headache and you don't want to do this, you just want to lay in bed and watch a movie, you're going to send out messages. This business is about just being willing to do what it takes to get to where you want to go. But in order to be willing to do what it takes, you kind of have to have a reason, right? You kind of have to know what it is that you're working for, and you need to be willing to do what it takes to get there. And honestly, you guys joined the team. So you probably have goals. Even if you haven't shared them with me yet, you probably have goals. You probably have something on your heart that you want so badly and you're just not sure how you're going to get there doing a conventional job in a conventional life. You know, maybe you worked in an office, or you were terrified of your student loan debt, or you can't even afford to go back to school, or you want to be home with your babies. Like, I don't know what your personal goal is, but you do. As I'm talking about this, you know what your goal is. You know what's on your heart and what you want. And that's a really big part of this business, is knowing what it is that you're here for. Because if you don't know what it is you're here for, why are you going to stay? You know, what's going to hold you back from quitting or from slacking off or from leaving if you don't know why you're even here in the first place? Okay, so I get people who tell me all the time, or ask me all the time, they're like, well, why do you even do that? Like, you know, especially near the end of the month or when I'm promoting, like, I'm working harder than I would in an office job. Like, Zach, he goes to work 9 to 5 and he can sit in an office at work and he will like look at YouTube videos and read the news and hang out with his coworkers, and he doesn't work too hard. And, you know, doesn't that sound more ideal than like actually working on your phone and genuinely working hard? And it might sound a little more ideal in the moment, but what about when I want to be home with my daughter and someone else is raising her in a daycare? Or what about when I have an appointment I need to get to, but now I have to take a sick day, and when I'm really sick, I can't take a sick day because I needed that sick day for an appointment? What about when I want to go and travel, but I can't afford it because my job barely makes me an income to live off of? I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck and I'm going more and more into debt. Okay. So you kind of have to weigh the pros and the cons. And if you join this team, even, bless you, even when you aren't sure what you're doing here, just remind yourself what your why is. Why did you start? Why did you seek out this opportunity? Why do you need an extra income? Where would you be in 5 years if you could? Okay. So I'm going to walk you through just some things that you should ideally know in order to truly understand what your why is. Okay, so pause this video if you need to, get out a pen and paper and pause it and write down, you know, if you could realistically be somewhere else in 3 months, where is that? You know, if that's, you know, you just got started and 3 months from now, so 90 days from now, you want to be making $500 a month from your phone, and that's going to help you pay your car payment, your car insurance, so that you have a little breathing room month to month, and that's your goal, that's realistic. Okay, so write that down and actually write it down. I'm not just saying write it down, like genuinely take out a pen and paper and write that down, because there's something very powerful about putting it down on a piece of paper where you can see it in front of you. Okay, you're not just thinking it, you're not just typing it into your phone, you literally have handwritten this goal down for yourself that's realistic for the next 3 months, okay? Now go down another line on the page and write down what's your realistic goal for a year from now, okay? So today is like March 3rd. I don't know when you're gonna be watching this video, but write down the date a year from now. So for me, I would write down March 3rd, 2020, okay? A year from now. What's your realistic goal for where you want to be a year from now? Do you want to have quit your job and now you're working from home full time? So maybe that takes $2,000. Maybe that would be $3,000. I don't know how much your bills are. What would it take for you to be home monthly? Okay. Maybe that's not your goal. Maybe your goal is to pay off all, you know, say you have like a $10,000 in debt, okay, $10,000 in debt. Maybe you want to keep working your full-time job, but you want to be making a full-time income from your phone, and then that's what you want to use that money towards, is paying off that debt. Okay, maybe that's your goal for March 3rd, 2020. Okay, so I don't know what your specific goal is, but how much, do you want to be making a year from now realistically? These are like your logistics, okay? This is the money one. This is what you're going to ideally be making realistically a year from now. Okay, and then I want you to think 5 years. Write it down 5 years from now. So write down, for me, it would be March, oh my God, I'm not good at math. March 3rd, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 2024. March 3rd, 2024. Okay, that's 5 years from now, from when I'm making this video right now at 2:35 p.m. All right, I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to write down what realistically do I want my income to be 5 years from now, monthly. Okay, so for you, you might genuinely be okay with just that full-time income, just paying your bills. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're more, ambitious with where you want to be. Maybe you want to be making $4,000 a month. Maybe that's enough for your savings and to not go further into debt and to pay your bills, and that's good for you. Maybe you want to be making what the top income earners in this company are making. You want to be making an ambassador diamond income. You want $32,000 a month from your phone on average. Maybe that's your goal. That's my goal. That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm writing down on my piece of paper when I do my personal development and I realistically figure out what I want to make. And it is realistic because when you look at all the ambassador diamonds in the company, they are all making that ambassador diamond income within their first 2 to 3 years of being in the company. Okay. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking, gosh, it's going to take me forever, I can promise you the 2 years that it's going to take you to go ambassador and make that money, that dream income that you want to make, is a lot better than working 40 years in an office, making the same measly paycheck. Okay. So if you're thinking 2 years is a long time, think again, because it's better than a lifetime. Okay. So write that down, how much you want to make. Those are your logistics. But now go back to the 3 months from now. Okay. With that, say your goal was $500 a month, write down what you're going to do with that $500. What would that $500 mean to you? Are you paying your car insurance and your car payment with that $500? So now, because you freed up that income, what are you going to be able to pay for with the money you're already making? Can you not take as many shifts at your job that you're at? Or, are you more comfortable taking a personal day from work so that you can spend time with your kid? Are you able to buy a horse because now you can pay for board? There's different things. Maybe you can take more horseback riding lessons. Maybe you can afford to go on a vacation. What are you going to do with that extra $500 a month, 3 months from now? How does it make you feel? Do you feel like less stressed? I know when money weighs me down, it's like your back tenses up and you just feel like you constantly think about that money, like hovering over top of you. So how does it make you feel when you have that extra $500 a month to not pay for your car payment and your car insurance anymore out of your own income, and now that frees up $500 for you? How does it feel? How does it feel to tell other people about that? To tell them about that weight that's been lifted off your shoulders? Are you happy? Are you stressed? Is it still, is it not enough? Are you proud of yourself? Are you excited? What does it feel like? Write it down. Write it down what it's going to feel like. Okay. Now go back down to the year from now and what you want to be making a year from now. Okay. So I'm going to be personal with you guys, and I'm going to share what I'm going to be making on March 3rd at 2:38 p.m. In 2020. I'm going to be making a presidential diamond income, which in Canada, with the conversion rate, is about $23,000 monthly from my phone. Okay. That's what I'm going to be making. Okay. So I wrote that number down, but now I'm going to write what I'm going to be doing with that income. Okay. So with that income, I'm going to be paying for my horse's bills, my daughter's pony's bills, my dog's bills. I'm going to be paying for all of our, we're going to be buying a house, or we'll be renting a really nice one. I'm not really sure because our housing market's kind of crap right now and we're kind of waiting for it to level out. But maybe I have the house that I'm renting, but maybe I have a house that I've bought, but I can guarantee you either way, I'm going to be paying for all the expenses of that. when we buy new furniture, I'm going to be able to buy new furniture that I want to buy. I can buy that ball launcher I want for my dog in the big backyard that I don't have right now. It's going to make me feel excited and happy and blessed to wake up and to make breakfast with my best friend and my fiance at home, because they both don't have to go to work. We all get to spend our days together with my daughter and our dogs and whatever. We can wake up and we can have a family breakfast, and we're going to go out in the backyard and we're going to throw the ball for the dogs, or the ball launcher will do it for us. And we're going to work off our phones, and we're going to, who knows, maybe we go out for lunch. Maybe we go to Heart Sushi for lunch. And, you know, I can pay for it because that's not a big deal. And it's like a $70 bill and I don't care because I'm just paying for it. And I'm not even blinking. We fill up our tank on the way home, our tank of gas, and we're in Zach's truck, his new truck that he doesn't have yet. And we're going to fill up the tank, and I'm going to pay for it, and it's not going to be a big deal, and we don't have to put $20 in or $30 or $40. We can just fill the whole tank, and it doesn't mean anything to us. Then we're going to go home. We're going to watch a family movie in the afternoon. We're going to spend some time with Ivy. We're all together. We're going to have dinner. We're going to go to the barn. Zach's going to be home full time. Mara and I are already home full time, but Zach's going to be home full time. You know, we're going to be planning trips and vacations. We're going to be training new team members. I'm going to be helping my team members get out of debt. This income is going to be life-changing for me because I'm going to feel happy and free, and I'm going to be excited. Okay? So these are like, I'm not just thinking about the money. I'm thinking about what the money is going to do for me, how I'm going to feel, you know, what I'm going to buy with that money, how it's going to feel to pay for those things with that money. These are the emotional goals. Okay. And then 5 years from now, what does that look like 5 years from now? And I'm making that ambassador diamond income. When you're making that ambassador diamond income, what are you going to feel like when you open your prelim on your account and you realize that in a couple of days, the paycheck being deposited to your bank account is going to be $32,000 for that month alone? What will that feel like? What will you do with that money? Are you putting 4 figures like monthly into your savings? Where will you be living? What will you be buying? How will you feel? How will you spend your days? What are your goals? Okay? What's on your dream board? And even if you don't have a board, and I highly recommend you have a board, but even if you don't have a board that has all your dreams on it, what are you thinking about in your head? What do you want to buy? I want land in British Columbia. I want to see the mountains from my kitchen window. But I want land because I want horses and dogs. And I want room for my kids to play and run. Okay? I want a kitchen island. I want a bar, like an island bar for my kids to sit at and do their homework. I want another kid. I want 2. I want a Doberman and a Golden Retriever puppy at the same time. I want a Yukon Denali extra large. I want Zach to have his dream truck. I want him to be home full time. I want all of us to. Is that mine?
Yeah, I need to write in somebody you need to.
No. I don't like your writing. I'm so sorry. Can I write it down?
Yeah.
Okay. What day is it?
March 8th.
Who are you following up with them?
Yeah, you are. You're gonna buy it on Friday.
Okay. Sorry, she's trying to mess up my planner. I'm very anal about my planner. I like
trying to get you a sale.
She's working hard for me while I'm doing these training videos, but I'm very particular. I guess you could call me ungrateful.
A little.
Sorry. Take this opportunity to write down all the things that are your goals for 5 years from now, and not the money goal. What are you going to do with the money?
What a name.
Can you ask her for her phone number? Just be like, okay, awesome, with a smiley face, and then be like, can I get your number so I can follow up with you on Friday to get your order in? Okay. All right. Sorry. Back to it. So, I want you to write down those goals. I want you to really be thinking about how it's going to feel when you finally get to that income that you want. Realistically, 5 years from now, a year from now, 3 months from now, okay? Write down the goals. I don't know what your goals are, but guys, they're so, so, so important. Write them down. Feel them. Think about them, okay? What rank do you want to be? Where do you want to live? What do you want to be wearing? What weight do you want to be? What length is your hair? Is it the same color as it is now? What kind of animals do you own? Where are you traveling? What's the last place you visited? What car are you driving? Okay? Write down these goals because not one of them is impossible. Okay? I'm just going to pull my phone back up because
I got her number.
the list. Okay, I'll write that down after. Okay, and then now that we're writing down our realistic goals, guys, think big, okay? So these are your realistic goals. What are your push goals? You know, I'm writing down my realistic goal. Like my realistic goal for the end of this year is presidential diamond. But my push goal, what if I hit presidential in November? What if I hit presidential? What's my next goal? What am I pushing for beyond presidential? Have you ever heard the phrase aim for the star or shoot for the moon because if you fall short, you'll still land amongst the stars? That's the same concept here. You know, if I'm pushing for $500 a month, I might only get $2, and now I'm unhappy. But if I'm pushing for that $1,000 a month, but my realistic goal is $500 and that's where I end up, well, I'm thrilled because I hit my realistic goal. Okay, so what's your push goal? If you reach all these realistic goals, what is your push goal? So for me, realistic is presidential, $23 or 23,000 monthly Canadian. My push goal is ambassador diamond, the highest rank of this company. If I can get that by the end of this year, I'll be set, golden, thrilled. Okay, so these goals are really, really, really important. And then and this is something that I wanted to touch on really quickly. This is a short video, but your plan A versus your plan B, okay? I hear this all the time. People talk to me about joining my team, joining my business. And sometimes even before I even get them signed up, they say, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my plan A, okay? Like, I don't think this really sounds like it's for me. Does that make sense? You're in my inbox because plan A isn't working. Plan A isn't working for you. You're working 5 days a week at this job and 2 days a week at this job, and you're barely making ends meet. You can't afford my $20 sign up or my $90 or my $99 sign up. It doesn't matter which one it is. You can't afford to start. You don't have the time because you're working too much and you can't afford to start. Your plan A isn't working. This is plan B. Maybe this is plan C or D or whatever. Okay, maybe this is the very last letter of the alphabet. I don't know. I don't know how many more plans you've worked through. I know for me, this business was the last resort. The very last resort. I had tried retail services. I had tried insurance companies. I had tried food service. I had tried restaurants. I had tried working on a farm. I had tried teaching lessons, doing a business. I was going to be a therapist. No, it didn't matter what I tried or did. It didn't matter how much time I put in. It didn't matter what I was constantly doing the right thing. Society was so freaking proud of me when I was broke and sad. Okay, society was so proud of me when I was working my butt off with nothing to show for it, stressed to the max. I was successful. I had made something of myself and they were proud of me. People were proud of me. And then I started my business and people were no longer proud of me, which doesn't make any sense because now I'm actually making money. Now I actually can do the things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do with plan A, B, C, D, whatever. Okay, so I hear it all the time. I'm just going to stick with plan A. Plan A isn't working. That's why you're in my inbox. Okay, and I get it all the time with distributors who quit. And they've joined my team. They try for a month. They don't get any customers. Now it doesn't work and they quit. They're going back to plan A. Plan A wasn't working. Stop quitting. Stop quitting the business. Stop quitting an opportunity to make money. This is not up for debate whether or not it works. It's up for debate whether or not you are willing to work. So decide right now that whatever it is that you're working for, whatever your why is, that is worth it to you to not quit. That is worth it to you to keep trying. It's worth it to you to believe in yourself, because this is not up for debate. This business model is not up for debate. It works. Okay? That's not a pun. I mean it. It genuinely works. The only thing up for debate is whether or not your reason for starting is strong enough to keep you around. And if you're sitting here thinking, well, I just want to buy a new pair of jeans and have a little extra spending money, that is not strong enough. Because if I want to be lazy enough, I'll be like, I'll live in my sweatpants for the rest of my life. Like, if I'm truly feeling lazy enough, if I don't want to do something, if I have a really stressful week, I can, come up with every excuse in the book not to work, not to get up an hour earlier, not to stay up an hour later, not to send out those messages because I'm feeling a little anxious today, okay? I can always come up with reasons why I don't want to work. So is your why, is what you want, strong enough to get your butt into gear and be like, no, I'm not quitting on myself. I'm not quitting on my babies. I'm not quitting on my animals. I'm not quitting on my dreams, whatever it is. Okay? Plan A didn't work. This is plan B. Make this your only plan. Make this not an option to quit, not an option to fail. Make it not an option to give up on yourself. Make a promise to yourself right now, right here on this video, write it down on a piece of paper and say, I am not making it an option to quit. I am not giving up. And then keep a promise. If you guys have read the book, Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Wash Your Face. Girl Stop Apologizing is her new one. Girl Wash Your Face. She says in this book, she's like, for once in your life, just for one time, make yourself a promise and don't break it. Don't break a promise to yourself just once and see how it feels. Okay? I promise myself all the time I'm going to work out. All the time I'm going to eat healthy. All the time I'm going to exercise every single day. All the time I'm going to do this or stay consistent or whatever. Okay? And you can break any promise in the world. You can settle for anything because you're comfortable breaking promises to yourself. Just promise yourself today you are not going to give up on this. You are not going to give up on yourself. And then just for once, don't break that promise. Don't break a promise to yourself. Commit. When you don't want to do it, look at your why. When you don't feel like it, look at your list of your goals. When you don't want to wake up an hour earlier, you don't want to send out the messages, or you think what I'm asking you to do sounds ridiculous, even if the only thing stopping you is that you've committed to not breaking a promise, let that be the reason you stick around, because you're just gonna see it through. Okay? Look at your reason why you started. Why you took this chance. You've already paid the money. You've already asked me all your questions. You've already shared with me all your doubts. You've already started. You've paid the money. You've told people you're doing it. It's over now. So just do it. You're here. You have so much potential. You can accomplish everything that you just wrote down. All you have to do is stick to it. And if you're doubting yourself, message me. If you're afraid, message me. If you just want to vent for a minute and then move on and get over it and keep doing what you got to do that. Reach out, okay? But don't give up on yourself. And don't give up on that list of reasons that you wrote down either, okay? Your why is the most important thing in this business. It is the only thing that's going to keep you here. And it's the only thing that should keep you here. It's the only thing that matters. No one joins this business because they're bored and they want something to do in their free time. We join because we want more. So give yourself more, okay?